Today I'm making one of my American Italian restaurant favorites. It's Orecchiette, and we're doing some sausage and broccolini. You could use broccoli rabe in this dish. That's probably more traditional, but these broccolinis were just what my store had at the moment. Sweet sausage is what I like to use. You could use spicy as well, but then we got some cheese, some garlic, salt, pepper, red pepper flakes. I'm going to cut the very base of the broccolini off because those are a little woody and hard to chew, and any other pieces that are like super thick like this one, I'm going to throw those out as well. Well, I'll keep them, but I'm not using them in this recipe. This is going to be a portion for one, so get a good amount of broccolini, but you don't want to overwhelm it. You want a nice mix. We're going to eat small dice, some garlic here. You can mandolin it too. I like bigger chunks in this dish. And then we're going to get a good amount of olive oil into this pan. The majority of this dish is just fat, so it's rendering of the sausage meat and the oils. That's how the sauce comes together. But now we're going to break off little small, use your fingers, much easier than any other device. But just break off little pieces and crumb size chunks of your sausage. Throw those into your pan. They'll sizzle right away. It's just the nicest way to get those small bite-sized pieces into a pasta dish. If you're buying the regular sausage links, just cut the casing off and then you could do the exact same thing. But these will get nice and browned fairly immediately. They'll start to render out a good amount of their fat. And that's what you're using to build this sauce. You're going to use the pasta water to emulsify the olive oil and the sausage fat. Very easy. Once those are fairly nice and brown, let's throw that broccolini in and we're going to start to cook that down over the next couple of minutes. After this broccolini's been in for a good 2 or 3 minutes, add your pasta. I forgot to get a clip of that, but the pasta will come together in the time this is just cooking down. Doesn't take more than 5-10 minutes. Cook those, wait till they get a little bit tender, and then throw in your garlic. This is now going to just work together for the next 10 minutes while that pasta cooks. And to really start that process off a little bit more, I'm going to add more olive oil. I want to make sure that this is not dry. I want to make sure everything is sitting in a good amount of olive oil. And then we're going to salt and pepper it. But you want to make sure that at all times you're keeping a decent layer of olive oil on the bottom because that fat is what is going to become your sauce. I'm also going to add a little bit of red pepper flakes into this. You don't need it. I like a little bit of that spice kick, but totally can be omitted. This is looking a little bit dry at the moment. You want it definitely to have a little more oil on the bottom of the pan at this point. Constantly work on that. I'm going to add a little butter too, which I think helps bring this, sort of the sauce-like texture to a start. The emulsification will happen with the pasta water, but the butter will help speed that up a little bit. But this is exactly what you're looking for at this point. Add a little splash of pasta water when your pasta water is about 3 or 4 minutes out, and that will start to get the sauce really going, thicken up a bit. It will also help cook that broccolini down a little bit more with the boiling water. Once you're ready, just throw that pasta right into your pan here. You don't need to strain it or anything. You want to keep that pasta water. But then we're just going to very vigorously mix this. The air is great for the emulsification. Move this pasta around and really let that sauce start to become one with the pasta. It is not necessary, but I like to add a little bit of cheese at this point. But it is a very, not thin, but it's not a thick sauce, but it's also not a dark colored sauce. So you're getting it coating the pasta right now, but it doesn't look like it is. So just make note of that. It is a light colored sauce. This is exactly where you want it. Your sauce is not too thin. It's not runny all over the place. This is inherently a slightly thinner style sauce, so it will have a little bit of oiliness. That's totally fine, but use that pasta water to really emulsify it. And this is exactly what you're looking for right there. That sauce is beautiful. It's so tasty. It's fragrant. It's exactly what you're looking for. Throw that now onto your plate. You get that beautiful pop of color. The broccolini stays that great vibrant green. You got those nice brown sausage chunks. You got your bits of garlic in there. You got your olive oil flavor. You could also top this with a little more olive oil at the end if you want. Totally not necessary, but top it with a little bit of your favorite cheese. And you're ready to go. This is a very simple, healthy dish according to the cream ones, but this is just delicious. Enjoy.